Hello teachers, and welcome back to the training videos. This is video 3 on the training videos for the Step Into Reading series. We are now going to dive right in and see how to teach G2 to G5. So we're going to get started first with the structure overview. So as you notice, it's made up of 7 steps. The first one being the homework review, which should only take about 2 minutes. We're going to see an example of all of these later. The warm-up, it should be about 3 minutes long. The reading of the passage, as you can see, it's 7 minutes this time, and that's because the reading is more complex. The articles are a lot longer. Next is our vocabulary and exercises, which is 5 minutes long. Then we have our mind map, which is 6 minutes. And the mind map is one of the key important parts of the Step Into Reading G2 to G5. We're going to see this a little bit more later. Our comprehension questions, which should only take about 5 minutes. And our homework assignment, which is 2 minutes long. Okay, so we're going to look at an example lesson in our G3 series. So we have lesson 5. Let's begin with the homework check. So this homework for G2 to G5 is a little bit different because it involves a quiz. As you can see here on this page, using our eJoy leveled reading program found on the mobile application. So how does it work? Well, they log in, they choose the correct article, they listen to an audio recorded by a native English speaker, and then they are given a multiple choice quiz and receive an evaluation. So for the homework review, we can ask the student if they did their homework and encourage them to do it if they did not. You can then go ahead and do the warm-up that is found on page 2. In this case, we have 3 warm-up questions. What do you know about the ocean? What animals might you find in the ocean? And what other living things would you find in the ocean? So definitely you can use this as an opportunity to use free talk, to really find out what the student likes. Maybe they enjoy the ocean, maybe they're terrified of it. Really try to draw them into conversation. So this should only take about 5 minutes in total for the warm-up and the homework check. After that, we go right into the reading of the story or the passage. So this is an opportunity to see where the student needs to improve in their reading. So you can listen for errors in pronunciation, and unless the student pauses or waits for help, try not to interrupt their reading and correct every mistake. And be really patient and help them. We don't want to discourage them because some students are very timid with their reading. So after they have finished reading the page, you can ask them additional open-ended questions. For example, you can ask them, hey, what 2 sea creatures do you see in this picture? Would you like to swim with one of those sea creatures? Yes, dolphins are so cute. Now, at the end of the reading, the student must also review and understand 4 vocabulary words. So we're going to see that a little bit further up here, as you can see the list of the vocabulary. But notice that one of them is the word dim. So what happens if they don't understand while they are reading? You can ask them, things get dimmer and colder. Do you know what dim means? Now, if they cannot give the direct answer, you could maybe ask them to compare this picture to the first picture. You can ask them, which picture has more light? Yes, the picture of the dolphin. So the last zone has less light. It's dimmer. See, and that can really help them understand the meaning. Using the illustrations in the articles can also help them to understand. And you can also use them to have more free talk. So the reading of the passage should not take more than 7 minutes or so. Next up is our vocabulary exercises. So I usually start with getting the students to connect the image to the correct vocabulary word. Why? Because this helps them visualize it better. Example, one of the vocabulary words is twilight. So you can enable them to use their drawing tools so they can circle the correct picture, or they can also tell you orally as well. After you finish that, you can ask them, what does zone mean? Or what does surface mean? So you can really use this an opportunity to see if they understood what the words mean. Now, the vocabulary should not take more than 5 minutes. After that comes the most important part, which are the mind maps. This is very crucial. As it says here, it's the core lesson activity. So we can help the student remember points that they don't understand by scrolling up to the story. For example, we have to tell which zone, the sunlit zone, has a certain depth, if there's sunlight, and what animals live there. So let's say they don't remember the depth of the sunlit zone. Well, you can just scroll back up and let them look at the picture. Oh, it's from surface to 330 feet. So that can really help them. Very good. Now, what if they don't know which zone has a lot of sunlight? Example, the midnight zone. Is there sunlight? What if they don't know? Well, again, you can scroll up to the story and you can have them read the sentence, the water is pitch black in the midnight zone. Do you know what pitch black means? If they don't understand, you could say, is there a lot of sunlight in the picture? No. So pitch black means very dark. Then you can ask them additional questions. Which zone would you like to live in? Now that's just one example of a mind map. Another mind map you can find in the Step Into Reading series from G2 to G5 can also involve graphic organizers. For example, we have a mind map for lesson 6, which is weird animal traits. As you can see, they have to remember key facts learned in the reading. You can see in our graphic chart the key facts. So it really helps the student to connect ideas. In this case, the main topic would be animal traits. Animal traits. And the 4 subtopics would be the cat, the penguin, the kangaroo, and the hawk, and so on, and the traits that they show. For example, the cat has a bendy spine. That's its animal trait, a bendy spine. So by having them repeat these details, it really helps them to remember and think about what they read. That's the important thing. They have to get the student to think why he read the article and what the author was trying to share. Very good. Another example of a mind map is found in a G2 series, except this is lesson 5. Here we have another graphic organizer where, again, the student must tell details of the story. Now, in this case, this story is fiction. It's not a fact. So one of the characters is a dinosaur. They must write what type of dinosaur it is, which is a triceratops, and write details about the dinosaur. Now, if they can't remember, again, you can help them by asking additional questions. You can either have them type or give an oral response. Most of the time, it's better for an oral response because they're so young, they type really slow or they don't know how. Examples of additional questions could be, how many horns did it have? How much did it weigh? What did it eat? Again, really encourage the student to think back and remember details of the story. Okay, well, very good job. That's the mind map. It should only take about 6 minutes long. Finally, we have our comprehension questions. So this is an opportunity to really see what the student understood about the article. If the student is not able to give an answer, again, you can scroll up and highlight those places. For example, this question, what is the coldest area of the ocean called? If they don't remember, you can highlight this sentence. It is close to freezing, the midnight zone. Do you know what freezing means? Yes, it means very cold. So which one is the coldest zone? Yes, the midnight zone. So these questions, again, can really help the student reach the correct answer and encourage them to speak freely. Very good. So we want to keep this part only to about 5 minutes long. And you can also ask them to repeat some of the new vocabulary words that they learned. Finally, we have our homework check at the very end. So again, this is the part where we can see if the student is able to enter the mobile app, listen to the audio, and do the quiz. So this level program, we really want to encourage the students to do at home because it's going to really help them to improve their reading and their comprehension. And it's pretty easy to do. It doesn't take too long. Well, once you're done that, you can praise the student for a job well done and tell them that you are so happy to see them again and you hope to see them very, very soon. Well, that concludes our videos for the Step Into Reading series. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want to know questions about the series, for video 1, you can watch Why Did We Develop Step Into Reading? What student levels is Step Into Reading designed for? What can students learn from the Step Into Reading series? Video 2, How to Teach GK to G1, and this video, How to Teach G2 to G5. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for watching these videos. If you have any more questions, please feel free to get in touch with us. I am positive you are going to love teaching this series and teaching the students from eJoy. They are wonderful. Thank you for watching, everybody, and happy teaching.